First of all, which brings us to this guy, Chris Riley. Chris, how many PGAs did you play in?
6 or 7.
Toughest track was?
Whistling Straits.
Why is that?
Well, I 3-putted 18 to miss the playoff by a shot. So if I would have made that putt on 18, I would have won the major championship in 2004.
Just think, you would have, and your appearance fee would have been twice as what it is right now.
But it was a 75-foot putt. It wasn't a short one.
Before we get to the PGA, we're doing a thing with SDSU Golf tomorrow. I just want you, obviously, they're your in-city competition. Can you talk a little bit about Ray Donovan and his program?
Yeah, Ryan Donovan's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Ray Donovan is on Ryan.
He's a great guy. He's been very helpful to me. I'm very thankful to Ryan. We actually co-host a tournament, the Lampkin tournament down at San Diego Country Club in March, and he's been nothing but professional, and I really appreciate what he's helped me with so far.
All right, so let's get back to the PGA Championship. We'll get the ugly news out of the way. Phil Mickelson follows Thursday's 79 with a 74. He's 11 strokes on the par, and if he's not back on the West Coast, he could be back now. Your thoughts about what's going on with Lefty?
I mean, he's struggling a little bit right now, but he's Phil Mickelson, so, I mean, it can turn around. I'm sure he's looking to play well in the playoffs because the President's Cup's this year, and Stricker's the captain, and Phil definitely should have a look to be a captain's pick if he doesn't make it.
You know, at his stage of his career, he's just about, he's on record saying all he's really concerned about is winning more majors and adding to his legacy. But look at his major record in 2017.
Yeah, this was a tough year, obviously, 2017, but, I mean, Phil's a great player, a great competitor, and he's keeping his body in shape, which is healthful. I think he'll bounce back in 2018.
What happens when you get older that the game gets tougher?
Geez, I played 9 holes today and my body hurts really bad. And I played at Coronado, North Island today. But no, I mean,
you were 1 under par though, weren't you?
Yeah, I was 1 under par. But I think it's just mentally, you don't have as much scar tissue as you had when you were Ricky Fowler's age, 27, Brooks Koepka. They don't have anything. They haven't never failed at anything yet. And when you're 46 and you played the tour, you've seen it all, you've done it all, and that scar tissue is in your head.
Okay, so let's go through the leaderboard. I think you have about 10 seconds golf here. Tell me something we don't know. I think we're starting with, this is Kisner.
Yeah, Kevin Kisner. I've played golf with him before. He's going to be tough to beat. He's going to be there at the end, but I think this Hideki Matsuyama, who won last week at Akron, is going to be really tough to beat. It's probably his tournament, but there are, Fowler's at 3 under, and
how about Jason Day?
Jason Day's got a great shot, and Chris Stroud, who you've probably never heard of, he won last week in Reno. He's playing awfully well. But to win a major championship on Sunday and to sleep on an elite, it's going to be probably somebody with the experience. I
don't know if we're going to show him here, but Ricky Fowler, while is lurking, talk about Ricky.
He's a great player. I played with him at 2010 Q School, and he told me he was going to do a great thing. Very confident young man. He's our Justin Bieber of the PGA Tour, and great guy. Marietta kid, and pulling for him every week.
All right, so the story coming into this tournament was Jordan Spieth going for the career Grand Slam. We have a sequence here. This guy is like the Houdini of golf, where he sprays a tee shot and then he's incredible.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's a one-of-a-kind, obviously going for the Grand Slam. The spotlight's on him this week, and I think he ended up pretty good today, so he still has a shot. You can never count him out. Anybody within 11 shots, 12 shots going into obviously moving day tomorrow has a chance.
But this recovery, he gets knocked down by a branch. Most guys are like saying, he doesn't get down on himself.
Yeah, short-term memory loss is the great thing about golf. If you don't remember things, then you just move on to the next shot, and you're always thinking about your next shot, not the shot you just hit.
The best bogey of his day, and as you mentioned, he's grinding.
Yeah, he'll be there tomorrow. I mean, he's world-class player, number 2 in the world. Dustin Johnson's number 1, and he'll be right there come Sunday.
I want you to look out at this screen, full screen. The payout at the PGA Championship is pretty incredible. Almost $2 million to win it. 70th place pays almost 20 grand. There's a big difference between winning. You almost won 12 million in your era. There's a big difference between winning 12 million in your era and 12 million in this era, is there not?
Hey, Paul, I finished solo 3rd in 2003 and made, I thought it was a lot, $375,000, but this week it's $715,000, $714. But I'm very thankful for what I achieved, and more power to the guys. I mean, look at the NFL, look at the NBA, look at all the other sports. They're all making just crazy money. So good for the tour.
Quickly, how does that break down, though? Because the government gets a big chunk, right?
Yeah, depending on what state you live in. Florida, Texas, or Nevada is the state to live in.
Because
California is not the state to live in. But
and then you have to pay your caddy. How does the payout work with your caddy?
Top 10 for a caddy gets 8% of the money. So let's say you finish third, $715,000. They're looking at $56,000 plus a couple thousand. They're making $58,000 for the week. For the week. But if you win, you make $200,000. I mean, usually if you win, the champion goes, hey, I made $1.89 million. Here's $200,000.
Who's the caddy that just signed on with Tiger Woods after?
Joe LaCava from Connecticut.
What's he doing right now?
He's probably sitting at home raising his kids. He loves the New York Giants, and he was Fred Couples' long time.
Is he getting a check from?
Yeah, I'm sure Tiger's taking care of him. I mean, 10, 20 grand a month, just waiting for Tiger to come back.
All right, well, I digress. Let's. I didn't mean to get off on that tangent.
Oh, sorry.
Don King was in this chair Thursday. He picked Brooks Koepka to win it all. Would you like to look into your close-up camera and tell us who's going to win the 2017 PGA Championship?
I would love to. I think it's going to...
Before you start,
okay.
Only one name this time.
Okay. Hideki Matsuyama is going to win the PGA Championship.
Why?
Because he won last week, and he's the best player in the world right now. And he's tied for the lead, or he might have a one-shot lead.
Before we let you go, can you tell us a little bit about what's life like on the recruiting trail for USD?
It's going great. I mean, I'm really enjoying it.
What's been the hardest part about your gig?
Not meeting my guys yet. My assistant coach starts on Monday, which will be great because then I'll have another guy to bounce back with. But no, it's been great so far. Everybody at USD has been wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to having the guys come and really get to play some golf and get these kids going in the right direction.
You know, before we let you go, the PGA Championship is going to move from the 4th rung on the calendar, moving up to the 2nd rung. Your thoughts about that?
I think it's great. I think, you know, being the last major of the year, you kind of lose a little notoriety.
Unless, of course, you got someone like Tiger who's won 3 legs in front of it.
Exactly. But now the British Open's the last one of the year, and it's over in Europe. So the first 3 now are going to be the PGA, the Masters, and then the US Open.
All right, Chris Riley.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for your time. Good luck on tour. We will be back in the 6 o'clock hour with all the long-form sports that Chris Riley wouldn't allow us to do because he's Chris Riley.